Hello everyone, it's Greg. I'm back with another Legendary DXP strategy video. We're going over campaign level 1-5 today, and this is going to be a bit of an interesting one for you. I kind of like it. I think it's pretty fun. It's an interesting one. Once again, we are facing off against Kalila, who is our mastermind, and you need to defeat her 4 times. When the Master Strike comes out, all players KO a hero from their hand. The scenario is where things get really interesting. Excuse me, the scheme, I should say. The Lure of Voodoo. 8 twists, 6 heroes. Bridget Blackbird is always present in the villain deck, as well as 12 random heroes. Heroes entering Alamith count as villains with cost to defeat equal to the hero's cost plus 2. Now, I will admit that I am a little bit confused by the setup instructions. Specifically, 8 twists, not 8 twists, but 6 heroes. And then it says Bridget Blackbird is always present in the villain deck, as well as 12 random heroes. So I'm not sure if that means that there are 18 total heroes in there. I don't really understand that. Maybe you guys can understand it better and can make me feel foolish by explaining how simple it is and how simple-minded I am. But I'm struggling with really understanding that. But anyways, when a scheme twist comes out, the highest cost hero from the guild hall moves into the swamp as a villain entering Alamith, and accordingly, you know, any existing hero or villains, I should say, will move down and potentially escape. And evil wins if all 6 heroes escape. So, you know, there's going to be a lot of heroes that are going to be popping up in Alamith, and you're going to be fighting them. And when you fight them, you gain them, which is nice. Oh, actually, I forgot to say that when I was reading the scheme. But yes, if you defeat a hero in Alamith, you gain it. It goes into your discard pile. The heroes for this one, it only shows 3 of them down there, but we have Caradwyn, we have Hogg, we have Mal, and we have Ordmantle. So some interesting new heroes that we haven't really seen much of, or we haven't seen yet in our campaign. Caradwyn is... she's interesting. She offers another opportunity to KO a hero from your, I believe it's from your hand or discard pile. It should be. And the way that works is if you play a skill hero before her, you get to KO something, and you get an additional money. You get 2 money right off the bat, and then you get an additional 1 if you KO something, which is good for streamlining your deck. Where you really find some interesting things with her is with Doppelganger and Master Shapeshifter, which basically will both copy cards in your deck. Doppelganger will copy a card that you've played, and then if you play Master Shapeshifter, you'll discard a card and copy that card. It's not as powerful in a single player game, I feel. I think it really shines when you're playing multiplayer, and you can take advantage of all the other players in that way. So, you know, not my favorite. Ordmantle is a pretty interesting one. I really like the card draw ability, and I wasn't really a big fan of the card that basically allows you to fight at a discount anyone in the forest. I'm seeing some benefit to that now. And then Bouncer is not even the big one, but this is the one that most interests me. It allows you to take any villain that is in Alamith and move it to another spot, which is pretty interesting. It's pretty good, particularly with this scenario, because you have the ability to manipulate what's in there, and you have the ability to decide how you want to go about doing all that stuff. I really like it, and I think that it can offer a lot of value when doing that, particularly because you're finding you know, whenever a scheme twist comes out, you're finding that your most expensive hero in the guild hall gets turned into a villain and could potentially disappear. You can see that I have I've gelded it, which means I've gotten more than 35 points, but my best is only 36 versus the record for the level is 62, almost double what I've gotten. When I did that run, it was interesting and very unfortunate, because what happened to me is all of the big money heroes ended up becoming villains, and I wasn't able to play with them, and I wasn't able to make use of them. So it's really unfortunate, and particularly I feel like Hog's well spent is just, it's clutch in this scheme, in this level. So, you know, if you can only get one, I would really recommend getting that one to add to your deck. Obviously, pay attention to pay attention to what your deck is, and what your strategies and synergies are. So, you know, don't just overreach for that, but it's a good one in my opinion. I love playing with that one. I think it's really good. There's a lot of potential in this one, so let's go ahead and hop in and see what we can do. Okay, so we'll get in, see how everything goes with this. I don't know if you guys saw on that last screen, there are a bunch of question marks in and amongst the villain groups that potentially are in here. I don't know how that works. Maybe you guys could explain it to me. I don't know. I'm not sure if that means that you could potentially have additional. I mean, this, to my knowledge, is only possible as solo content, the campaign. But it would be interesting to try out with friends in co-op. I'm not sure if that's what those are for, but doesn't matter. All right, so we already start off with a scheme twist, which is kind of rotten. You know, there are 42 cards in the villain deck to start off, and the first one is scheme twist. So you can see my Deadeye is already up here. Awful. All right, let's figure out what we're going to get rid of. Let's see. It's Mine, Ord Mantle, the Shadow. Magi Nation, range 2 money, and if you've already played a range, you get to draw a card. Really like that card. Pay the price. This is for Caradwen. Magi Nation, skill hero, 2 money, skill hero, or rather I should say skill ability. If you have already played one, you may KO a card from your hand or discard pile. If you do, get +1 money. This is actually a little bit more interesting than I was previously thinking it was. I haven't been a big fan of it because you'd have to, in order to trigger the ability, you'd have to have another skill hero, and there aren't very many in here. It's pretty much this and this. But it's interesting that you can KO a card. It doesn't have to be hero, so you could get rid of a wound, you could get rid of a hero. Very, very interesting. Wave of Sickness. We've already talked about this. He's a fixer. He's magic. He's got 2 attack. Magic, get plus. Cool. Bear form. I hate this card. Alright, so bear form is for Caradwen. Magi Nation, strength hero, 1 attack plus. If you've already played a strength, then you get a total of 4 attack, which would be awesome if it was 3 and 1. That would be awesome, but 1 and 3, no, I'm not spending 4 on that chance. I'm not going to do that. Then another wave of sickness. I'm going to get rid of the bear form. I'm not a fan. But you'd never guess based on the fact that I said I'm not a fan. Not a fan, not a fan. I'm not a fan, guys. I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for It's Mine. I'm going to go for that card draw. I think that's a good... Ooh, this is a great card. This is a great card. Bouncer, Ord Mantle, the Shadow. Oh, so there is another skill. Alright, so Magi Nation skill, For attack, when you play it, you may move a villain to a new location in Alamith. Rescue any villagers captured by that villain. If you move a villain to a location in Alamith that already has a villain, swap them. So normally that wouldn't be all that exciting. Normally I'd just be like, meh. But in this one, it is pretty huge. Being able to manipulate Alamith, which is an extension of the villain deck, being able to manipulate that is really good, because you might have something that you really want in your deck, but it's in the mountains and you might lose them with the next draw. So I really like that. Particularly just because you're having your hero cards show up as villains. You know, this Deadeye was a potential get for me, but now I have to defeat it, and 8 attack is more than the Mastermind. That's pretty significant, and you know, just to prevent it from being lost to eternity. I had that run where I lost all of the big money cards that way, and it just left a bad taste in my mouth. All right, so moving along. I like Bouncer. All right, cool. Right away, the ambush of Chant of Attraction. Put the rightmost hero from the guild hall under this villain. This villain's cost is equal to that hero's cost in money, and then you gain them if you fight. If you fight that hero, you gain it. All right, I'm gonna go again for the Ord Mantle card draw. There is some pretty good synergy in here with card draw, and I'm hoping that you guys can see that. But just in general, what I'm really hoping for with these 4 heroes is I'm hoping for the Hog well spent. It gives you 5 money each time you play it, and you can spend money as attack. So that's very strong. I just think it's close. It's bordering on broken. You can get some pretty nutty totals when you do that. Bear form. Not going to worry about you. Play. Get that card. And what do we got? We're going to have a good amount of money. You know, it's good to focus on acquiring money early on so you're able to acquire additional cards, but I think I can't pass up Bouncer. 4 attack is very significant, so that and a pair of the guards, and I can defeat these guys, get another Bouncer. Plus I really like the ability. Will save my bacon, I'm sure. Alright, bad juju. It is fight. Each player KOs one of their heroes. Well, you know, again, the difference between the times where you can control it versus when you can't is pretty significant. So I like this one. It's not my favorite KO ability associated with a villain, but you know, it's pretty useful. I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of these. I'm not really wild about it. I don't really anticipate that I'll be using the ability very much. But it's, you know, by virtue of the fact that there is an ability with it, it's better than a mare. So go ahead and grab that. Wow, it's like the cards want me to go with Grim Determination, but I'm not focusing on... Oh, Scheme Twist. Fantastic. I'm not focusing on Mal, so it's not as effective for me to now go ahead and grab Grim Determination. So I'm just gonna toss it. And I will be going ahead and buying one of these Assimilate so I can upgrade all of these envoys to mares. Doppelganger. Doppelganger's great. Play this card as a copy of another hero you played this turn. This card is both skill and the color and class you copy. That's pretty cool. I like that. Particularly when you have one of those big money cards. Scheme twist. Villain has escaped. Bye-bye, Deadeye. That stinks. I really only need one assimilate, particularly early on. And that caused a scheme twist. Get rid of this. Assimilate. Awful. Awful, awful, awful. Is there anything that I really want to switch? Yes. I'm going to go ahead and move this. Yeah. Move this. Confirm. To here. Confirm. Very good. That's 4, 5, 6. Well, that's a little bit silly now. I feel like I have egg on my face because I could have just defeated the chant of attraction even without. So also here's another pretty important thing to point out here as well. The actual villain cards, the Bridget Blackbirds, they come with victory points. The cards, the heroes that have been put in here and are considered villains do not. So consider that in what your goals are for playing this round. Alright, so I got $4. Don't really have very many options, so I think this is probably until we get well spent up here. I think that's probably going to be all I'm going to do for buying money, although Strength in Numbers is pretty awesome. Strength in Numbers is also pretty awesome. Oh, there it goes. Man, that's just a kick. That is a kick in the pants. Look at all this money. I got all this money and nothing to spend it on. I guess I'll grab a couple Wave of Sickness. Try and prevent all of these heroes from escaping. I already had one, and how many is it? It's 6 heroes escape. 6 heroes escape, and I am toast.
Help!
Oh, villager, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and take my advice. Oh, sugar. Sugar dumplings. That's right, I said it. It's caught on tape, and I don't care if you know it. Yeah, I'll go Strength in Numbers because I think that's a great card to have in my deck. And because I'm potentially an idiot, I'm going to grab another one. I am generating a good amount of money each turn. So I don't think that it's too much of a stretch to grab those right now. Because again, you really want to make sure that when you play it, you have at least 6 money already so that you get the 3 attack. Because attack is going to get you more cards, or potentially more importantly, going to get you out of a jam. By now, I don't have another villain escaping quite yet. Or hero, more importantly. And then there's Doppelganger. I'll probably target them next. Okay, okay, Master Shapeshifter. Each player discards the top card of their deck. Play a copy of each of those cards. Again, much more important or much more valuable in a multiplayer game. Playing single player, it's a little bit meh. Magi Nation Strength Hero, 4 attack, 8 to buy it. So I'll probably be skipping that myself. Interesting. I'll be able to make use of this. Now I'm actually going to go ahead and make sure I'm doing this. So move that over here. Excellent, excellent. I mean, again, I can just kill it outright, but, you know, buying a little bit of time. Not losing that hero immediately. I'm going to go ahead and KO from my discard pile. I'm also going to use Assimilate to get rid of a card from my discard pile. So that was a pretty big swing. That was a pretty big swing by getting 2 cards out of the way in 1 turn. I'm going to grab a Deadeye. I really like this card. 3 attack is really good. It really will start ramping up quickly. And why not? I know I just moved it and it was silly, but it's gonna be good. Just you guys wait. Just you guys wait. Moving right along. You know, I'm looking at the timer for this video, and I'm gonna probably just no, I would be tempted to oh, I hate it when that happens, but I don't really want that card anyways. I normally would consider going for victory points and try to just kind of show you guys that, but I think that in this instance what I'm going to do is I'm going to really focus on just plowing through the mastermind and get the W that away. KO a card from your hand, and I will skip it. Guess I don't have a discard pile. 5 attack. Man. Nothing good up here. Well, I mean, the Doppelganger is pretty good. The Doppelganger down here. Might as well just buy it. Get another one of these when I can. Haven't seen those. I feel like I haven't seen those in a while in my hands. Alright. Go ahead and drag this over here. And play. It's nice to be able to attack something. So, yep, I said I was going to, and I'm going to. Do this, got 2 extra cards, which is cool. I'm gonna go ahead and play it. It's a little bit silly for me to do that, but I just hate this card, so I don't really feel an overwhelming sense of fear that I'll lose it, except for the fact that it's getting me closer to losing. Alright, moving right along. Moving right along. Villain has escaped. Oh no! We're losing 2 bear forms. Get out of here. Forest Fighter. I like Forest Fighter. I wasn't really big on it before, but you can play... Ah, well spent! I didn't even see that. When you can play that and potentially knock down the cost of a card like this, it's pretty good. Now I really need to buy this before the next Scheme Twist, so hopefully I can get that going. Which is going to be a little bit interesting. Normally I would say, you know, I want to make sure that I get that synergy on that, because 6 attack is pretty sweet. And I think I'm 2 force. Yeah, I'm gonna do it this way so I can get those card draws. Open for 1 more. There we go. Oh, even better. Even better. I'm gonna get my 8 now, so that I'll be able to buy my well spent and save myself a headache in the process. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because just, you know, getting a lot of money is good and all, but once you have a decent deck, you know, being able to take that money and say, nah, it's attack. That's going to get me through here. I mean, I need 21 attack, which isn't that big. I mean, it would be pretty big for this particular grouping, but it's not that big in terms of this game. I mean, you can see that the max over here to Geld is 35. You get 35 victory points, and you get the gold stars. So I lost the Doppelganger, which Not really fond of losing, but... Anyways, I think that at this point I'm going to get rid of pay the price. Yeah. Bear form! Sweet. Ah, look at this beauteousness. Look at this beauteousness and all of this money. All of it is gorgeous. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to put the bear form over here because I hate it. I'm going to play pay the price. And do I not have a discard pile? I'm amazed by this. I really should be able to see whether or not I have a discard pile right now. Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead. I mean, no, I'm going to skip it. I'm going to skip it. But now I'm going to check and see if I have discard. Oh, okay. They weren't lying. They weren't lying. I'm not gonna stay mad now. All right. Let's do this. Oh, I played that improperly. I should have played this one last because then I'd get additional 3. All right, so there we go. 16. Boom. You get 4 money. Boom. And I was so close. So very close. Go ahead and grab this, I think. 9, yeah. That's not really gonna... Well, I mean, I do still have a bunch of fixers, but, I mean, look at this. Look at this. Orange wall, fixer, imagination. That's not really good in this particular deck. Don't really want any of these cards, so yeah. Go ahead and grab another strength in numbers. As I was saying, grab that strength in numbers. Ignore these. Because I want to, as fast as I can, get over and get that. Alright, well, I only have 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's tough. Yeah, I'm going to do this for the card draw. And that's just going to be the way it is. Didn't really do much for me, but... The important thing is that you tried, Greg. The important thing is that you tried. I got 4 money, which can't buy me anything. Can't buy me love. Can't buy me cards. So, go ahead and grab this shakedown. And oh, I'd love that Deadeye right about now. Shakedown, not really wild about. But, you know, it's not awful. Not awful. You know, it's not like this stupid bear form. Yeah, it's 1 attack, and then you have potential to get 3 more. Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that garbage. Like, grab that doppelganger, maybe. Assimilate. In the discard pile. Upgrade this bad boy. Put it right in my hand. Beauteous. And that was another skill hero, so I can do this and I can play it and I can get rid of from my discard pile. Confirm. You know, I probably should have been getting rid of some of those guards instead of envoys or things like that. But just because of the well spent. But, you know, that's not that big a deal. I only have to have 7 more attack and then I won. Do I have many in my KO pile? I'm checking out Finger of Death, which I'm sure we've talked about extensively at this point, but defeat any villain or mastermind whose cost is less than the number of fixer heroes in the KO pile. So I'll just check that real quick. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm definitely getting that. I am definitely getting that bad Larry, because that'll end the game for me real quick. Moving along. Villain escapes. Bye-bye, Master Shapeshifter. We hardly knew ye, because I didn't play you. Ah, love that Books of the Dead. When you draw a new hand of cards at the end of this turn, draw an extra card. Always love to play that. Always. Well, round's over anyways. Check this out. I can defeat him just with this. Play Bouncer. Here's my 4 attack. I'm going to skip this. And then I go over here and I have Deadeye. Oh, there's 7 attack. That's the game, friends. Okay, so as you can see, if you're just going for victory, it's very easy to go about this. You know, it's actually the opposite of the strategy that I normally would say, where I pretty much ignored Mal, with the exception of I got the Finger of Death at the end, but I also was going with the Assimilate so that I could upgrade my starter cards. But there's a lot of potential in here, particularly if I'm massing on money. Or, I mean, actually, forget that. I mean, boy, if you get well spent, you can spend all of your resources. Imagine getting that, like, in the 3rd turn, where you... Well, I mean, that'd be pretty hard in your 3rd turn, but just in general, getting that from the outset, you would win handily. There's not a scenario in here, I think, that you wouldn't be able to win on if you were dealing with that early on in the game, because it's just so powerful to be able to just take everything that you're playing and turn it into attack. Yeah. Boy, howdy. Alright guys, thanks very much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you have a better strategy. If you think that it's better to go streamlined and go with one hero in particular. Love to hear from you. Love to hear your thoughts. Let me know how you've been doing on the levels that you've been watching videos and going back to play. Let me know how you're doing on those. And I will talk to you guys in a few more days with the next campaign video. Bye, guys.